everybody? You're here with your girl Ellen Roxon here on my show Talk That Talk. That airs every Fridays at 12 p.m. here on GBCAM FM. If you guys want to keep up with me and updates on the show, you guys can follow my media page at Talk That Talk Media, or you can follow my main page, Ellen Rocks, as well. Also, be sure to follow us on our Instagram page as well, you guys, at GBCAM FM, and be sure to tune in from our website at www.gbkm.fm, or you can also watch us live on Facebook at Great Benin Kingdom or on our YouTube at GBCam TV, you guys. Hope everyone has been, staying safe and enjoying the time out of quarantine that we've been having, you guys. Winter is starting soon, so it is getting a little bit colder, but hopefully everyone's still enjoying the good weather that we've still been having. Before we get started, you guys, I am going to go on a quick little break just so you guys have a chance to get comfortable and grab a snack, you guys. So we're going to go on a quick little break and we'll be right back.
Do you know who you are? What is your name?
Sometimes you wonder why and wonder how. Don't be alone. Just stay calm, cause even if you choose or not to.
My child, recite the words of this ancient mythology. The wisdom I disperse in this verse, no apology. Memorized to keep you from evil theology. For you, the darker hue, you denied your equality. See, for generations we perpetrated psychology. Divide and conquer each other, really lynch policy. You cannot build each other up, how will you build economy?
What's good, everybody? If you were just tuning in, you're here with your girl Ellen Roxon on my show Talk That Talk, that airs every Fridays at 12 p.m. You guys can follow me on my Instagram, you guys, at Talk That Talk Media, just so you guys can keep up with updates and see sneak peeks on the show. Or you can follow me on my main page, Ellen Roxon. Also, you guys, be sure to watch us live every Fridays at 12 p.m. and also every day as well, you guys, so you guys can watch not only my show but the other shows that air on GBCam as well, you guys. Our website is www.gbkm.fm, or you can watch us from our Facebook page at Great Benin Kingdom or from our YouTube at GBCam TV. But without further ado, you guys, I'm going to introduce you guys to my guest. She is a singer from BC. What's good, Nala? How are you?
Hi, I'm good. How are you?
Good, babe, good. So, yeah, just to get started, just tell me how you first got started becoming a singer.
Basically, I've been singing for my whole life. Like my dad is like a musician as well, so
Oh, wow.
he plays a lot of instruments. And when I was like 2 or 3, my first toy was actually like one of those portable microphones. So I used to just bring it
Aw.
around with me. But like I more seriously started recording probably about like 4 years ago or something because my
Okay.
brother thing. And then from there, he introduced me into like professionally recording music. And yeah, that's just basically, and then just kept going from there. I kept progressing.
Wow. So having a father who's like a musician, I'm guessing you were able to, get a lot of tips and stuff like that from him for your music career?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, more on the creative aspect of things. Like, he just taught me a lot about music in itself and like creating music, like rhythm, beat, and all that. Um, but from him, yeah, he definitely put me on a lot of music business as well. So that was
Wow.
really how growing up.
Yeah. I know you've done a lot of performances and things like that. Do you remember your first performance and how did it go?
Okay, yeah, my first performance, it didn't really go that well.
No? Oh.
Like any artist that gets into the performing business, it's not really what you expect it to be, and there is a lot of stage fright,
Yeah.
and like you don't really know. You're still trying to figure out like how to use a microphone, how to interact with the audience. So I think the first time I was so nervous that I just drank a whole lot and then
Oh.
so the turnout wasn't like what I expected or wanted it to be. It's very embarrassing. There was a video on YouTube, but I got
Aw.
taken. Like,
Aw. How long ago was that? When was your first performance?
I want to say like 4 years ago, maybe.
Okay, wow. Wow, so how would you say you feel it's been from when you started to where you are now?
It's definitely progressed a lot. Like I really
Yeah.
didn't know what I was doing. I didn't know how. And to be honest, when I started making music, there wasn't really a scene here in Vancouver.
Yeah.
Wasn't really opportunities, especially for like hip hop and R&B artists. I wouldn't say I paved the way here, but in my generation, I definitely did. So I was kind of experiencing those opportunities first and setting kind of a standard here. Because like when people know me around my city, they just know me as that girl that's been doing music from time. So
Yeah.
so now it's kind of like I want to say at least in this city, like I've performed at every venue, so I kind of just know what to expect
Yeah.
the
For
music business.
sure.
So yeah, I've learned a lot.
Yeah, I can only imagine. I can only imagine. So I know you were saying that, performing and stuff like that isn't always what it seems. There's like, a lot that goes behind it. How would you say it is, when you're preparing for a performance and all that stuff? How is it being backstage?
Um, the backstage experience is it's always kind of frantic before you get on stage. Just a lot leading up to that point. It's like now I have a whole team behind me for my performances, like a stylist and like a makeup artist, a hairstylist, and everything. So it's just kind of it's like weeks of preparation. Uh,
Yeah.
and so backstage is just like trying to get everything on point. So there is kind of a lot of pressure, especially for like bigger performances. Like here in Vancouver, we have a festival called Faded in the Park, and then there's also now the Breakout. So before this whole COVID, I was performing at both of those, and those are like in front of like thousands of people. So there's a lot
Yeah.
of time that goes into that, and so it's a lot of pressure. But once you're there and it's done, it just feels so good. Like wow, it's like it's such an accomplishment. I don't know when
Yeah.
I have the opportunity to perform again because of this COVID stuff, but like
I
I
know.
missed it. I really miss performing.
Yeah, I bet, I bet. How was it performing at Faded in the Park? I know that's a pretty big event that they have in BC where like a lot of artists come out. How was that for you?
It was really cool. I just like the whole experience of, being driven around on the golf cart
Yeah.
and then like being in the artist section and being able to like be surrounded by people that I really aspire to be.
Yeah.
It was just cool. I had my own like section and I was like around my people.
Ooh.
So it was really dope. I was just like, I love this. I can't wait till this ends.
Yeah. No, yeah, that's awesome. That sounds like a lot of fun. Do you have to do a lot of rehearsals before you perform?
Yeah, because I actually usually have like backup dancers with me on stage.
Okay,
So it usually,
awesome.
yeah. So it usually takes about like a month of
Okay.
rehearsal preparation on the stage.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I know you were saying you haven't been able really to do any performances because of COVID. How would you say, it's been being, a musician during COVID?
honestly, it's hard because artists like we make a lot of our money from performance.
Yeah.
We're solely basing our income from music off of streaming and been like studio. Now it's like
Yeah.
on the studio, the content, and like merch and stuff like that. But I don't know. We're kind of right now. It's like we're kind of like stuck. We don't really know how to plan our rollouts or like our releases and stuff like that because it's just like a lot of that was just based on touring and stuff.
Yeah.
Um, but I love making music, so I'm just
Yeah.
happy that I get to do that.
Yeah, for sure. Have you been able to, use this time to do anything online at all or like, maybe start up any new EPs or anything like that?
Yeah, I've been using the time well, yeah, for my project and stuff like that. In the studio a lot, but also just I'm gonna be starting a vlog pretty soon.
Oh, awesome.
So kind of just brainstorming that and brainstorming into like the content that I could be creating in this time.
Yeah.
So that's basically
Yeah. What can we expect from your vlogs?
okay. So my vlogs is gonna be kind of fun. It's gonna be different because I don't know. Everybody knows that I love animals. My name
Yeah.
is Nala. I'm
Aw.
from the Lion King.
Yeah.
It's gonna be kind of based around wildlife,
Okay.
and yeah, here in BC we have a lot of like different wildlife places and reserves and stuff like that. So it's gonna be me and my whole crew going to these spots, learning about the animals, and but it's
Aw.
funny because a lot of my people actually don't like animals.
Oh, wow.
Literally, my cousin and best friend, she's also my head man. She hates anything
Aw.
that. So I'm like gonna be taking my friends out of their comfort zone to come with. So it's gonna be kind of interesting and funny. But yeah,
Aw.
we're looking forward to that.
Okay, that's awesome. That's awesome. Sounds like it's going to be a lot of fun. So, speaking of your team and all of that stuff, I know that you have friends that kind of work closely with you. What's your team kind of based on? Like, do you have a lot of friends that work with you, or how did you like meet your management and whatnot?
For my team, it is basically my family and friends because I was blessed to be like surrounded by creative people. Like
Aw.
my head of like branding and stuff like that. She makes all my cover art. She makes anything that has to do with graphic design. She's like one of my best friends,
Oh,
and she
amazing.
went into school for that before she,
Yeah.
before I even started doing music. So it's perfect. He came on board, and then my stylist is my cousin. Um,
Wow.
my sister, she directs my videos, and she's just so like everyone in my creative team is actually like close friends and family.
Yeah.
My management, I actually met my manager through, he had a studio in Burnaby, BC, that's where I'm from. And I
Okay.
went to the studio one day, and because I have a background in production as well, engineering, I went to his studio and I ran my own session. So
Yeah.
I was myself running back to the booth, going back, pressing record, running back. So he was like, "Hey," he's like, "Who are you? You know, you're
Oh,
interested." Like, he's like, "This is really impressive." So then we had a
yeah.
conversation. We basically did a project together, and then from there, it was just like we worked well together. So we just,
Wow.
and it's been going really well ever since. So
Wow, that's awesome. Do you sometimes ever wish that, your team wasn't people that you were so close to? Do you ever feel like there like problems kind of happen because it's like people that you're super close to?
mm, no, not really. I think it's just, I think I'm just blessed to have it that way because like I want everybody around me to eat.
Yeah.
Actually, me reaching out to my close friends, like, what do you do? Like,
Yeah.
how can you contribute to what we're doing? Because at the end of the day, like, I just want everyone around me to be successful in
That's
whatever they're passionate
amazing.
about. So if they have something to bring, something to offer to like the overall vision, like that's dope. Like, come on board. Like, I'm all,
Aw.
yeah. So
That's amazing. That's really great. That's really amazing that you have so many people that are so close to you that are willing to help, especially because you are still young, and I know that a lot of the people that work with you are fairly young too. So it's amazing that you guys can all come together to make amazing work. So that's dope. That's really dope. How do you feel like the support is from your other friends and other family that don't necessarily work close with you?
I see everybody is super on board with what I'm doing. It's super supportive, and because like I've been working really hard towards this for like 4 years or so now. So and it's also like people seeing the growth of like how I started and like where I'm at now. So
Yeah.
for a while, obviously like my family was supportive about it, but like
Yeah.
people, acquaintances and friends from this city, it's a small city, so I feel like everyone knows me on a more personal level. So
Yeah.
hard for them to like really support me if that makes sense. And it's just because of like how like I don't know, because no one in Vancouver is really popping like that.
Yeah.
It was and people know me on a personal note, so I felt like I wasn't really getting that much support in the beginning. But now
Yeah.
people are seeing my persistence and growth from where I started. It's like I'm receiving like a lot more support now. It's
Yeah.
so late to hop on. Like I've been doing
Right.
I'm just like, whatever. They're like, yo, no, I remembered in 4 years. I'm like, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Right? That's always how it goes, though. That's always how it goes.
So that I'm finally like getting people's attention.
Yeah, for sure. Being from BC and you still live there, do you ever feel like maybe you would want to kind of venture off and maybe move from the city and try, living somewhere else for your career at all?
For sure. Like actually over the last 2 years, I've been back and forth between BC and LA. Like
Oh
I studied
wow.
in LA because I have family there, but also just for my music and stuff, and like network for myself down there too. So
Yeah.
originally, I wanted to move to LA, but because of the circumstances of what's going on in
Right.
now, I kind of feel safer on this side of the border.
I hear
So
that. I agree with you,
yeah,
sis. For sure.
to stay on this side. But I mean, I was in Toronto 2 times this year just to feel out being there, and it's really, really dope. I was able to like get into
Yeah.
like Sunny Diamonds. I don't know if you know if you're familiar with him, but he has a really dope studio there.
Wow.
And so I might just do the back and forth between BC and Ontario thing, but we'll see.
For sure.
BC is my home, so I know I'll always have a base here, but
Right.
definitely and like stay other places as well for months at a time.
Yeah. What would you say is the big difference from, working in LA to compared to BC?
I think the difference in LA is that there's just more opportunities there, but it's harder
100%.
to stand out because in LA, everybody and their mama is an artist or
Right?
so. But here, like it's kind of a new thing now doing the music thing, and because
Yeah, so you get to kind of stand out, I guess, right?
I've been doing it for a long time, it's like people kind of I've built like I've created like a name for myself here, whereas in LA, it's like everyone's famous there. Like
Yeah.
really has been success. Like a lot of the people there are already successful, so it's hard to gain that same respect, I guess, and that same attention. But at
Yeah,
the
that's
same
true.
time, meet like for hey like observe just or like Kehlani or something, and it's like well obviously his career isn't going so well. Like,
Yeah, that's true.
it's just like you'll yeah, like you'll just meet people anywhere you go there. So
Yeah.
that's the cool part about it.
Yeah, 100%. I can only imagine, LA, there's so much talent, so I can definitely understand, wanting to kind of maybe stay in BC just because for sure, like, I know that you definitely stand out there as well. Because even myself, like, there's not many artists that I know from BC either, so it's awesome that at least, you're putting on for BC. Yeah. Aw. Have you gotten to perform in any other cities other than like BC at all?
Let me think. Where was it? Honestly, no, not
No,
yet.
not yet.
Here, yeah.
Okay.
I was supposed to actually do like a mini tour. I was supposed to do like a West Coast tour, like go to Seattle and then San Francisco and LA. That was supposed to happen this year, but because of COVID.
Oh, yeah.
So, anyways, hopefully next year or the year after, we'll see.
For sure. I know. Hopefully all this COVID stuff can kind of start fading away and you can like, get back to normal and whatnot. But before we continue on with some more conversation, you guys, we are going to take a quick little break, but make sure you guys stay tuned.
Would love to invite you to join our team. We're looking for driven, genuine folks who are willing to work hard as an independent broadcaster. If this sounds like you, come join our team. For more information, email your resume to career@gbkm.fm. That is career, CAREER, @gbkm.fm. It's time to turn your passion into a career. Do you believe you could host an entertaining, engaging, and thoughtful weekly show? Or are you a business person or entrepreneur?
What is your name?
Sometimes you wonder why and wonder how. Don't be alone. Just stay calm, cause even if you
What's good, everybody? If you were just tuning in, you're here with your host, Ellen Roxon, on my show, Talk That Talk, here on GBKM FM. I am here with singer Nala, who is from BC, you guys. We were having some great conversations, so we're just going to get right back into that. So before we went on break, I know that you were talking about, COVID and how you were supposed to travel to, America to do some performances. Have you been able to, get anything planned for the future at all, for any performances at all?
To be honest, because everything's so up in the air, we're not really focusing too much on that because even if you walk in and you start a performance now, who knows when the time comes what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
We've just been more so focused on the content and the music.
For sure, 100%. I know that you also started your own merch line as well. What was that like, starting your own, little clothing?
It was cool. It was more fun coming up with the designs and stuff like that. Like my sister was the one who kind of helped me on that, and she's really creative when it comes to anything like merch or clothing. So
Yeah.
that was fun choosing the colors and the designs. I definitely want to do more of that, and I
Yeah.
feel like I'll have more resources when it comes to clothing, so I can make like things that not just like merch, but just like different. Like I want to start my own clothing line eventually.
Yeah. No, yeah, that'd be dope. Why not?
The resources eventually one day.
Yeah, for sure. What items do you have in your merch line that people can buy?
Right now, I just have like hoodies, t-shirts, just
Okay.
like the merch, hats. I think we even have like tote bags.
Ooh.
Yeah, we have like some random things as well that my manager just added in there. My man, like hustler, like he'll make a brand out of anything. He'll take
Aw.
my put it on like a pencil or like.
Yeah.
So I
Aw.
think we have like little random things like that as well.
That's so cool. That's so cool. So I know we were talking a lot about your performances and stuff. I actually have a clip of one of your performances, so we're gonna play that real quick for everyone to take a look at.
Bed, going from the couch, move it to the mat. Real bad, no catfish. So my nigga, what's the deal? Said that he don't really feel other hoes cause they be capping. He go long, don't feel caught up in they feels cause I ain't let them tap it. And they to the fans, not about to smoke, now they be flocking. Baby, I'm out of door if you with the out. But let's get it poppin', you know I'm tired of the talking. Bed, going from the couch, move it to the mat.
So, what song was that you were singing in that clip?
That was my song Selfish. It was my last single that had just released in July. Sorry.
It's okay.
Um, that was actually a virtual performance, like a virtual live performance,
Ooh.
because it was during COVID. So Faded in the Park, instead of doing like their festival, they did like a virtual festival.
Oh, that's
So,
dope.
mhm.
How was it performing without a big audience?
It was actually fun. I really liked it because I kind of just like the fact that like it was very, I don't know, organized. I mean, I miss performing to a live audience and having like a crowd to interact with.
Yeah.
It was cool having all the different cameras and the lighting. Like it was more like organized.
Yeah.
Different vibe for sure, but I enjoyed it. It was fun.
That's good. That's good. What inspired your song "Selfish" that you just dropped? I know your look for it was kind of like more like kind of badass and whatnot. What inspired it?
Um, to be honest, it was just like the energy. Like at the time when I recorded it, it was kind of just like I know every girl when you're like in a relationship or having a thing with a guy, it's just you want to make it known that that's your man or whatever. If you guys are like exclusive or whatnot, so it's just like
Yeah.
energy that's just like really like I'm running this right now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And honestly, my inspiration for that song was that Summer Walker "Girls Need Love."
Okay.
She was just very outspoken about how she felt like and what she wants, and
Yeah.
came with on that song with that same energy. Like I'm selfish. This is what I want.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Okay, okay. So we actually have a clip from that music video as well for everyone to take a look at. So everyone watch this next clip. So the video looks super cool, by the way, super dope. I love the photography and all that you guys got for it. What inspired the actual music video itself?
So basically the whole vibe was like really like people talking.
I can't hear you, babe. I
Hello,
don't
can
know.
you hear
Yeah,
me?
okay, I can hear you now.
Um, yeah, it was just like old rustic cowgirl vibes. Me carrying and taking him like somewhere out in a desert and
Yeah.
something like that. What was the inspiration? Kate Bar, her name is from Holes.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, my sister created the treatment and she,
Okay.
that movie where it's just like wild, wild west vibes, cowgirl vibes. So yeah, that was the overall vibe, and it really did come together really nicely.
Yeah, I know the outfits look sick on you. They look great. Was it hard finding the location at all for your to film it?
Um, no, actually, because here in BC, we kind of have a lot of different like sand dunes, and we have a lot of really good like nature spots.
Yeah, for sure. 100%.
For that location, well, something that had like desert vibes, we kind of
Yeah.
mind right away, and it just worked out because that day there wasn't anyone there, and we stayed for as long as possible, and no park rangers came upon us. No one really came.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's good. How long did it take you to film the video?
It took us, I think, just a day. Well, from probably like, it actually didn't take very long. It took
Oh,
us from
wow.
like 2 p.m. to like 7 p.m. Like 5 hours.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, it wasn't too bad. It was
That's
really.
really good. Where can everyone check out your music video?
All my stuff is up online on my website. All my music and my videos, my merch, rudenala.com. Or you can just search up Rude Nala on YouTube and you'll find my channel as well, my videos.
Okay, awesome. What inspired your name actually, Rude Nala? How did you get pick that name?
Well, Nala was like a nickname for me since I was a young girl because I used to love The Lion King.
Oh, yeah.
Nala was like my favorite character in that, so kind of growing up, it just kind of stuck. And then
Yeah.
it's also like a part of my real name, which I won't say on here, but you can search me up eventually. And then Rude just came with the energy like of me, I guess, and because I'm Caribbean, I'm like a rude gal and a rude boy. So like, so
Okay.
energy of that just kind of like it just kind of flowed. And
Yeah,
yeah, it was just like it's like an energy and a brand that I feel like a lot of people can relate to. And people take the word rude so literally, but it's just having confidence and being
for
secure,
sure.
energy.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
agree for sure. So I know your most recent EP, I believe it's called Rudeness, if I'm correct.
Yes.
How was it, recording that EP?
So rudeness was like really my first like official project that I've ever released because it's the first project that I've had that was like really on all platforms.
Oh, okay.
So, I mean, leading up to the point of the release date, it was just really exciting for me because it's like my first official thing. But I did that project pretty quickly. Like, I want to say I recorded all of those songs within like a month.
Oh, wow. That's pretty fast. Yeah.
Yeah, it was really quick. I was in the studio like 3 days a week.
Okay.
My sessions were like 9 hours every day that
Jeez, you're going hard.
I was there like 3 to 4 days a week. Yeah. So it was a really cool experience. I think I was more just trying to find my sound and figure out what I liked.
For sure.
I feel like my music is always changing.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. So that EP was kind of me trying to figure out because I did like rapping and I did singing in that. Then I decided from there I wanted to take my singing to another level. Even though I can still rap, I kind of wanted to just move forward. So then that's where the song "Selfish" came from because I wanted to keep
Okay.
energy. So yeah.
Yeah. What would you say is your favorite song on the EP?
It'd probably have to be my song "Play," just because that song really did the biggest numbers, and also it's just like an anthem for that summer. So it just brought a lot of memories. Like even when I would just go to the club here,
Yeah.
would just be playing randomly. Like people showed so much love to that song. I would hear it,
Oh.
and, like I hear Starbucks. Like everyone in my city, even if they didn't know who I was, it would just show up on their playlist. So like
Yeah.
that was really dope, really good look. It was a really like dope song and
Aw.
brought memories. So
Yeah,
yeah,
no,
that
I actually got to listen to your EP, and there's like a lot of good songs in there. I know there's one song featuring Liz. Is that one of your friends, I believe? Yeah, that one's really good too. I was like, okay, your friend sounded dope on it too.
yeah, that's the play song. And we had
Yeah.
we had dropped a video for that one as well, which was really fun to shoot. So
Okay. Oh,
that song
wow.
was really, really good.
Yeah. So, I know that COVID and stuff has been happening and whatnot. So you probably haven't really been able to, maybe work with a lot of people. Is there anybody out there that you haven't got to work with yet that you would want to work with?
Um, I think a person that I would probably definitely want to work with would be like I just talk about like big people or like just local people or any probably I would want to work with Brent Fayez eventually. I really style. And then someone else who is a really cool artist. I'm sorry, I just like not coming to mind right
No,
now.
it's okay. No worries.
Producers I would want to work with E40 on some West Coast music.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
That'd
that'd
be
be really
sick.
Pharrell would be cool to work with. Timbaland, like I would want to work with literally any OG old head who's still producing for people for artists today, writing. But especially Timbaland, that'd be really cool.
Yeah. Are there any artists out there that kind of inspire you or inspire your music at all?
Probably like Tupac and
Oh,
Eric
okay.
and Nipsey Hussle. Um, I was a big Dipsey fan. Like
Yeah.
I listened to him a lot growing up, and I always
Aw.
slept up for years. I never really like. I was just like, why do you keep playing this dude? But then I really took in his music just before he passed.
Yeah.
A month later, he had passed away. So like, he kind of really, really motivated me and inspired me. Um,
Oh, yeah. R.I.P. to him for sure. Yeah.
R.I.P. to Nip. I listen to a lot of. I'm kind of like an old soul, so I listen to like
Oh,
a lot of
okay.
music, like Marvin Gaye and stuff.
Okay.
Eddie Pendergrass. Because, like, my dad, he's actually really old. He's 70 years old. So, the music I would hear, like, most people's grandparents were playing it, and then
Yeah.
my
Yeah.
dad
Oh.
was playing it in the house
Yeah.
when we were kids growing up. So, that's a lot of the music that I listen to and artists that inspire me.
For sure. Do you listen to any of like, the female rappers out there, like, Meg The Stallion or City Girls and stuff like that?
I listen to Meg Thee Stallion a little bit, but and City Girls as well. Like big ups to them. I'm definitely
Yeah.
they're definitely inspiring. Just their hustle, their work ethic, and everything. I really like Summer Walker. I like her voice.
Yeah.
I listen to a lot of Summer Walker, Kaylani as well. I've been lately
Yeah.
listening to a lot of Teyana Taylor. Like she's
Oh, yeah.
her videos these days are just killing it. Like
For
they're on.
sure.
Yeah, so no, I do listen to a lot of female artists as well, but more R&B on the R&B side.
I hear that. I hear that for sure. So, coming, from Vancouver, which is, kind of a smaller city, and, where you are now, how does it feel, going out and having people like, recognize you and stuff like that compared to, maybe before when you were just kind of a normal girl?
It was honestly really humbling. It's very, very humbling, and it's a good feeling because it feels like the hard work that I've been putting in is actually finally paying off. But it's just cool. Like the other day, I was at the grocery store, I think, with my
Yeah.
sister, and I even had a mask on. So I don't know how these kids recognize me, but there's this
Aw.
group of kids, and they're like whispering, like looking at me and whispering, and I was just like, "Yo, like, what's up?" I was like, "Do you guys want a picture or something?" I was like, "How are you guys
Yeah.
doing?" And they're like, "Oh my god, yes! Like we're such big fans. We listen to your music, blah blah blah." And it's just like I was looking rough that day, but
Aw.
we took the picture, and then I was just like, honestly, thank you guys so much for supporting my music. Like it's just humbling to know that like I have supporters in my own city, in my own like
Yeah.
grocery store that I grew up at, basically. Like it's very humbling. That's a good.
Yeah. I can imagine. Oh, that's so nice. That's really nice. Do you have any advice out there for, maybe young girls who, listen to you or anything like that, that are like, because, I know that a lot of, young girls probably see you and, think that there's a certain image maybe that they have to, be like. Do you have any advice for young girls out there that kind of like maybe look up to you?
To be honest, like my only advice to anyone who wants to do music or get into any sort of entertainment or girls who listen to my music, just be yourself, and just be authentically it. Don't try to be like anyone else. Just follow
Yeah.
your own vibe, and don't worry about what people are saying about you because half the people that are saying things about you are not doing things themselves, and so they're insecure. You know what I'm saying? Just keep your like own up to your energy and your own vibes. Just stay authentic because
Yeah.
authenticity is hard to come by these days. And when it is found,
Facts.
appreciated. Like people within the industry, they see that. They see that you got your own thing going on, and that's really what's respected as well because it is hard to come by.
Yeah. I would agree for sure. Do you feel like, being a young woman in this industry that, people maybe try to like, take advantage of you or maybe like steer you into a direction that you weren't really trying to go in at all?
Yeah, I feel like in the beginning, but now, like when I come into a meeting, I'm very firm on, and I'm very like confident on what, and just from like learning and being around the right people and just learning about the industry in itself, I feel like now when I go into a meeting, people see my energy. So they don't really try to do that as much, but definitely
Okay.
in the beginning, I would have people come up to me saying that they could bring me into the studio with Drake and all kinds of stuff. And it's
Oh,
just like,
wow.
yeah, like they just, just to like
Yeah,
take advantage of me or whatever.
for
And so
sure.
experience to learn from. But like now I'm more grown up and I've matured a lot and just learned a lot about the industry. So I kind of know what I want and how to get there. And I know that at the end of the day, you can really only depend on yourself. Like
Yeah,
you have to get it for yourself. No one is gonna come and give that to you. You
yeah,
have yourself every day of your life and just be focused on your goal and keep putting that energy out there and it will come back to you. Don't go searching
For
for it.
sure.
No one can give you that, you know?
Yeah, I agree. And it probably, helps a lot too that, you do work with family and people that are really close with you as well, For
I have
sure.
a good team around me that like I brought together. So that helps. Yeah, just find good people who you can trust, and yeah, make sure it's people that you know or people that have a reputation. Like research that person before you start to work with them. Ask people
Yes.
who have worked with that person before
Yeah.
you trust. Definitely do your research because
Yeah.
that's your career. So you want to make sure that you're in good hands and you have good people around you.
Yeah, 100%. So I know that you're only 22. Is there anything other than music that you can see yourself doing or that you want to pursue as well?
I mean, I definitely like think that even if I was to be in music and stop performing or putting out music, I would definitely want to do some songwriting for people eventually. Or
Ooh, yeah.
so, like, regardless of what it is, it would be a pleasure to just be in music. But I am now just starting to find like my fashion and branding, so I might want to go into that as well. And also, I've always wanted to be like in real estate as well. So
Ooh,
really, like the music thing is my main focus right now. But as soon as
yeah.
I'm rolling with it, I'm definitely investing in some real estate, fashion. Like I'm not gonna like spend all my money in one go on some jewelry. Like I'm actually,
Yeah.
I've been planning this in my head for a long time. So there's definitely other things and other industries that I'd want to get into.
Yeah, that's really good. That's really good. So where would you want to see yourself maybe in the next 5 years?
I definitely want to have my own business. I want to be a business owner. I want to be successful with my music, be able to pay all my parents' bills, not have to
Aw.
owe anybody their money. Um, yeah, I just want to be in 5 years. I hope like I'm somewhat like I'm just building right now, and I hope to see like success in what I'm doing by that time. Because I mean, 5 years is a long time. Like I've been
I
doing this
know.
and I've seen how far I've come. So I'm just excited to see what the next 5 years looks like. But I know
Yeah,
doing this way, I'll definitely have some success at that point. So
for sure. Well, just keep manifesting, girl. Keep working hard, and you'll definitely make it there for sure. So, well, thank you so much for being on my show with me here today, love. It was amazing having you. Everybody, make sure you guys check her out. Shout out your page just so that everyone can check you out.
yeah, you can find me on all platforms as Rude Nala, RUDENALA, YouTube, IG, Twitter. I'm on everything. And if you are interested in looking at my merch, just go to rudenala.com and everything's there. But yeah, thank you
Awesome.
for having me.
Of
Honestly,
course. Thank you everyone for tuning in. Make sure that you guys be sure to tune in every Fridays, you guys, so that you guys can see who I interview next. On Fridays at 12 p.m., you guys. Be sure to check us out on our website at www.gbkmfm. And also check us out on Instagram as well, you guys, at gbkmfm. Or on our Facebook, which is Great Benin Kingdom, and our YouTube, GBKM TV, you guys. We also do have an app, you guys, so make sure you guys download the app so that you guys can watch us even when you're on the go as well. Also, be sure to follow my media page, you guys, Talk That Talk Media, or my main page, Ellen Rocks, just so that you guys can keep updated with me. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. I hope you guys all have an amazing Friday and keep on rocking, guys.
Choose or not to.
My child, recite the words of this ancient mythology. The wisdom I disperse in this verse, no apology. Memorize to keep you from evil theology. For you, the darker hue, you're denied your equality. See, for generations we perpetrated psychology. Divide and conquer each other, really lynch policy. You cannot build each other up, how will you build economy?